Okay, it says we're live. I don't know. We'll see. How this one works out.
Get a drink. Does it say we have a better connection today?
Can you hear? So go here. We'll stay on 5-10 minutes. If anybody don't come on, we'll step out.
Okay. Just trying to see if we have a better connection during the day than what we have at night, because it didn't work very good last night.
It was storming pretty bad here too. So
Yeah, and that is part of it.
I mean, it's always worked better in the past.
We made another water trough today and turned the swimming pool into a dust bath that we was using as the water.
Didn't learn how to do more of this stuff. I need to sit down and figure it out one day. Kind of hard to do when you got that.
Right. So you had to do the live chats and things like that.
Well, I just kind of like to know if there's a way to tell,
Who all's in it?
like who's here, and how many people totals here. Because according to this right here, I don't know if this is like how many is actually inside the room now. It says we have one. So anyway, when it says,
Oh, Betty's there. Hi, I got a notification. Sound's not working for me.
wonder why.
Says it's all the way up. Ashton's on. Everything's working fine on his end. Okay.
So you can hear us, Ashton? Normally this thing right here like goes up. Like when you talk, it kind of goes up a little bit, but it ain't.
Betty, can you hear us now?
The sound not working for me. No lag or anything. That's pretty good.
That's good.
We tried it last night and it wouldn't.
Wouldn't do nothing. It was like stuck on
Yeah.
just the way we were sitting. It wouldn't say nothing or do nothing.
Yeah. Lagging ain't the word for it last night, but it was storming really bad here last night too. and it rained so hard that it almost filled those totes on the backside of the house up. And that's 1,000 gallons of water. I mean, it didn't put that much in. It did probably put
They're about half full now, though.
3/4 of the way full. But they just like, so much bent to the top. When we got home Friday, and then it rained so much last night that it's like it filled well over half of those totes up. So that's over 500 gallons of water. So that's a lot of rain.
When you got home Friday, I went to the graduation, so I got home Saturday morning.
So maybe it was just the rain messing with it.
Hopefully.
We've been building a new chicken water, like a trough, because the swimming pool got where they get up on the sides of it. They got the work bending it, and all the water run out of it, and they're cracking it.
So we turned that into a dust bath, and for our access stuff out of our wood stove, and then we made a water tub.
The ashes out of it.
Wood stove. We need to make another one for like the fermenting feed and
Yeah. So
the way we did them is kind of how we're going to do our greenhouse too. The barrels. You're fine.
the grow bed.
Yeah.
Then just start getting those solar panels moved
Gotta get. You're fine.
so we can get them up there, and then I can start framing all that up over there.
The greenhouse gotta- Our little whiner wants to see everybody. Or my little whiner. Is that better?
They're about that's 1,000 gallon total. It's probably got 500 gallons up there right now. Yeah. Yeah, it come pretty good storm here last night though. I mean, it rained pretty hard for
Yeah, it did.
3 or 4 hours, I guess. But I mean, really, the only water catch we have on the house here is the front porch, and it runs back, well, to it. Sometimes choppy. It's just maybe just internet not exactly perfect, but it's better than it was last night. I mean, anyway, yeah. Yeah, it was so bad last night. Like I said, it was storming and stuff. We just ended it because it was.
Well, we tried twice.
Yeah. Well, actually, we tried like 5 or 6 times. Because I even it worked halfway decent when I linked it to my phone. But
yeah.
then after about 15 minutes, it just froze up on it too. So
Yeah, because you tried on both internets here and then your phone. Yeah.
we won't have that. Satellite just froze up on it too. So
Yeah, because you tried on both internets here and then your phone. Yeah.
we won't have that satellite internet. We won't have that. But I think February or March it'll be the end of that.
We didn't use that one much anyhow.
Only just the cameras when
Yeah.
we're not here. But I can put it on at T-Mobile and it'll be just fine. I thought T-Mobile was getting a little better here. Well, I mean, it is to a certain point, to a certain extent. But Oh yeah, Ashton. I actually went and priced a 40-foot container, one of the shipping containers. Yeah, good thing
Yeah,
get
it
those
is.
full. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we never really we run low this time. That's the lowest we've ever run, but
We've never run out.
never run out. But I mean, right now is whenever we need more and more containers too, because I guess we have basically 3 seasons here: spring, summer, and rain. So, and we're in the rain season right now.
You
So,
was telling them about the shipping container.
yeah. I'm gonna get one. Shipping container. We're gonna get a 40-foot one. And you know, as you come up the driveway down here below the house, you come up around the curve and then up the hill to the house here. Right there where I'm going to build the shop.
Behind it.
Yeah, we're actually going to have an excavator come and dig into the bank, and I'm going to set that thing into the bank and try to cover as much as I can up, and you basically use it for a root cellar type thing. And then, but it's going to be kind of neat way I want to do this because we're going to build a shop in front of it, but I'm going to have it to where you don't know what's back there kind of thing.
Go in through the bottom of the shop.
Maybe a secret door into it. You never know.
Talking about maybe January, February-ish.
Yeah.
Working on that.
Yeah, it'll have to be at least January because it'll probably be so wet. Well, Christmas and everything this month, so try and get all that knocked out. That and I need to build that shed out here.
Still got to do our compost.
Yeah, Betty, we've been wanting to do a container like that for a while, but they're just so expensive, back down to $3,000. So that's for a 40-foot. The 3,500 back and forth.
But we want the bigger one.
Yeah, I want a 40-footer. I mean, because like I said, probably half of it I'm gonna. I mean, because like I said, probably half of it I'm gonna like build a wall inside of it and another door and kind of like use it as a cold storage type room. You know, like put a bunch of shelves in it for food.
We wanted to do a root cellar, but it's hard to dig up here. It's all clay. You can't.
Clay is rock.
Well, clay and rock, and you can't do nothing with it because you can't get it dug down. So,
Well, honestly, I mean that really ain't the problem. The problem is get somebody to come up here and do it. I think in this side of Tennessee is not that great.
you still can't get gravel.
You can't. I mean, you can't pay somebody double to bring gravel in here, and it's not bad. The one guy come all the way up to the house here and said it wasn't nothing. Yeah, well, he said it won't get that low. We've had in 10 years we've had one load of gravel brought up here, and a lot of people just don't even come look. I mean, they don't even know where it's at or anything. You just call them and tell them that you need a load of gravel. Oh yeah, we'll get it. Well, and he dumped it and said he'd be right back with another load, and we ain't seen him since.
So the other guy, he come to the top of the rock and took off.
Yeah. I'll just tell them, just like I tell everybody else, if they think this area is bad here, they better stay out of Western North Carolina with dump trucks because they'll never make any money. If they can't bring gravel in here, they better stay out of Western North Carolina. They won't make no money. So this ain't nothing compared to some of the stuff over there.
Right.
And then boys over there, they don't care. They'll put that gravel where you want it, how you want it. Just over here, they just will not. I don't know what it is.
Can't get too many people to come up in here though, but there's a plus to that and a minus. You know, the plus side is not a lot of people are going to come up to where you're at when you're not home, you're working or whatever. But then the bad side is they won't even bring you what you need. So
yeah, but it's bad up here. I mean, it really is.
But we like it up here.
Well, I didn't mean as bad that we like about us. I mean, I love it here, but like getting somebody to bring gravel. Then whenever I build a shop,
You're not going to be able to get no one to bring the concrete.
yeah, the concrete's gonna be an issue because there's no gravel on the road. If it's wet, they ain't gonna get in here. Let's see, we get gravel with no problem, but could never get a container curves too tight. Well, I'm gonna say yes. It all depends now. If you get somebody that's really good at delivering those containers, and this guy over here that we found, he's actually in Newport, Tennessee. If you want that number, I can put it down here, whatever. But he'll get it in there. He'll put it in there. He'll put it wherever you need it. But gravel, like over there where you're at, the gravel is, I mean, people that delivered up in there, probably where you live, that's a dime a dozen. Just over here, this side of Tennessee, I don't know what it is about that. They just won't do it. I guess I could understand if there's jeopardizing, like tearing their equipment up, but they're not. They're not. A lot of people want where they can just get in there and dump it and get out. You know, easy money, fast money. And that's going, when you got to drive in here, you got to dump it and you got to drive out. So, I mean, they can't just pull up and dump it and get out. So that's probably why they don't want to do it.
Well, if it's wet and rainy,
if it's wet, that's a different story.
it's hard to get in here. But if it's not, we brought a Cadillac in here. We brought a Kia in here. We brought, you know.
Oh, yeah, if it's wet in here, you can, certain spots, you're just going to have to full send it. But
What we do with my car.
yeah, but if it's not wet, it's no different than riding down the asphalt over there. You know, there's no difference. So, just to kind of show back what, because I always talk about the road. I like the road the way it is because it keeps people out. It just keeps people honest, I guess. But it is, when you first turn off the main road down there, you get onto like a little gravel, you go up and then you go across a hill, and that hill is actually cut across like a big ass rock. Then the road actually goes across it, but it sounds worse than it is. It's not as bad.
It's not that bad.
No, I mean it's a road. It's a solid road. And right when you first start on it, it turns up a little bit and then it kind of levels out. You know, but it's nothing. That guy brought one of the biggest dump trucks I've ever seen in here. It was a 4-axle, had 4 axles under the back of it. And he brought it all the way to the house right here. And actually turned around right here. And then drove right back out. He said he didn't have no problem whatsoever. But he did leave, and I ain't heard from him since. So he's supposed to brought another load that same day. If we'd got both of those loaded today, we'd been pretty good. Want to get that and hopefully make like a what would you call it? A root cellar type thing. So that's kind of the plan. We want to get a 40-footer. And that guy in Newport over here has the 40-foot high cubes, which is a foot taller than the standard. The standard is perfectly fine because they're over 8 foot tall. The high cube is like 9.5 feet tall, which doesn't matter either one for us. So, but if you're going to frame up the inside of it, like make a house out of it, you want the high cube because you know you got to frame up for the roof, and you're going to lose 4 to 6 inches on the top anyway. So you want to try to get the high cube for that. But I'm not going. I may insulate it with like the styrofoam, like 2-inch styrofoam or something like that.
Here's how many eggs we got today. We got well, 2 from the Samani chickens. And then we got an 18 pack. Well, I got 1 here.
19.
And then 18 here from our other land.
That was today's haul.
Yeah, so far, yeah.
Yeah, so far. I mean, you probably get 3 or 4 more. Most of them land in the morning. So we've been up there piddling around about all day trying to make a new water, like a trough. We'll build a new water trough. Because like I was saying, the pool is just, it's good for 4, 5, 6 months, but then after they get on it so much, it just starts breaking and cracking it. We're down to,
Just us and Betty now. There was 5 in here, and now there's 2.
it was up to 5 at one time. Yeah, all in one day, yeah. And it's got now 250. Yeah,
Oh, she had to buy eggs today. That's not good.
advice today, yeah.
Are you still giving yours the land mash, Betty?
Well, if you was closer, we'd give you all the eggs you want. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because we just and we keep out what we're going to eat and stuff like that. But the rest of them we dehydrate and put in jars and save them, put them in the pantry. We probably got 25 or 30 quart jars of dehydrated eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we put them in a quart jar and then put oxygen absorber in it and seal it. So I mean, it should be good for years and years like that, as long as they're sealed up good. But we get tons of eggs.
Yeah. Well, the Samani ones we get sometimes 2, sometimes 3 a day.
They prepare the ferment, yeah.
Yeah. We try to do that a couple times a week.
Yeah,
The ferment.
the ferment them. Yeah, we just keep a container with the laying mash in there. And if you'll get you some of that soy meal and just kind of mix it in a little bit, you'll get tons of eggs. Just don't give them too much because it will burn them out.
The red peppers we put in there too.
Yeah, we mix red pepper flakes in with them. But the soy meal is the trick. Yeah, I mean, if you don't care about soy, adding soy to them or whatever, which we don't care. I mean, can't taste no difference in eggs whether you give it to them or whether you don't. And the chickens put on tons of weight.
Yeah. They put on a lot of weight just since we got them.
I mean, you don't want to get your chickens too fat, but I mean, you don't want them all skin and bones neither. Whenever we got these, there's chicken house chickens, like I was saying, but they was pretty malnutrition. They're, I guess, whatever the word is, starved.
They were pretty scrawny.
Yeah, but we got them. They're all good size now.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be right for the pot here when they quit laying.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's another thing you got to make is or we got to make is another what do you call it? Defeatherer.
A plucker.
Plucker.
Yeah. I'll probably just buy one because if I built one, you'd have just much in it building it. Since you may have burnt hers out last winter. Most are older. Well, I mean, not really not really burn them out. It's just some chickens get older and they just slow down. They just stop. But
These were actually fairly young still.
yeah, year and a half. They're probably 2 years old now. So whenever we get them out of the chicken house like that, they're like almost a year and a half old. Because at a year and a half is when they replace all the chickens inside the chicken house, the egg for the eggs. Why, I don't know. I mean, they should keep them at least till they're 2 and a half.
The Samani chickens are younger than that.
I don't mind feeding soy. Yeah, go to the farmer's co-op and tell them you want a bag of soy meal, and it's a powder. It's a little finer than actual laying mash. It's basically a powder is all it is. Well, kind of like grit, and just mix that in. Just don't make, like I said, just don't mix a lot of it because you will burn them out. Because that stuff's 47% protein. You can take that stuff and like just 1 to 3 is what they say, but I don't put that much in there. I just take a little bowl we have, and I dump like half a bag of laying mash. Then take that bowl and like half of it and sprinkle it in there, half that bowl, and then mix it up good with my hands. Pour the other half, do the same until I get it full. That way it's kind of mixed in halfway decent. Ain't got to be perfect. But a lot of people really frown on soy, like adding soy to their feed and stuff. I don't care. I mean, it don't hurt them. It's just not. What's the word for that? GMO or what? I mean, maybe it is GMO. I don't know.
Why are you whining? Because I'm not sitting where you can get on my lap. Come on.
My young one will be laying my spring. Yeah.
I want to get some turkeys
And guineas.
and guineas that way. We'll have turkeys for the holidays and stuff instead of buying them.
Yeah, we started to get some not too long ago. It was like Tom and like 4 or 5 hens. I think they had them for like $100. I started buying, but I didn't. It was so strange to buy eggs. Yeah, yeah. We actually bought some for Thanksgiving because the eggs that we did have, I kind of forgot, and I put them all in the dehydrator. So we actually did have to go buy some for that, for like deviled eggs and stuff like that. As far as like cooking with eggs, well, you just scoop the powder out and put it in your whatever you're cooking.
Mm-hmm.
But for deviled eggs, I kind of put all our eggs in the dehydrator. I forgot. We have right now, actually in the dehydrator right now, we got like 5 dozen in there right now. The big dehydrator one, the big one we have.
But yeah, we need to either make a chicken plucker or buy one and show them how we use it.
Yeah, cause I mean, I like the chickens and all like that, but once they get to where they're not producing, I'm not going to feed them all. That'd be next in Amanda's kitchen. Chicken in pot.
Chicken and dumplings or chicken
Yeah.
pot pie or
Chicken a la dumplings. Or
chicken
rotisserie.
noodle soup or rotisserie chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a rotisserie thing at home still at the other house. I think we have one here too, maybe. I don't remember. Might be under the bar. We also got that big deep industrial deep fryer that Dad got me. Make a deep fry chicken.
Yeah, the animals get them. Yeah, it'd be the same way here. I mean, they leave home and animals get them. I mean, you can't leave.
The hawks are bad here. I can't even
Raccoons.
let my little buddy outside because they'll get him. He has to be in my arms.
Yeah, he's a Chihuahua, and the hawks will actually they'll go after him.
They try to take him from you.
So you can't just let him run around.
I'll let him run from like here to the chicken barn, but then we make him go inside with us so the hawks don't get him. Or like if we're right outside, I'll have him on his leash with us, but he has to stay right with us.
Yeah, you can turn him outside, and won't be nothing in the sky. You can turn him outside and let him play for about 5 minutes, and they'll be probably anywhere from 5 to 10 just buzzing round. Big one. It's some of the biggest hawks I've ever seen in my life. They're huge here.
Don't get on the bar.
But
Get on the bar.
like chicken and stuff like that, we had like some old, I call them old scrub roosters, you know, just mixed breeds and stuff like that. Was actually going to put them in the pot. So I free range them, you know, just let them run around, and that didn't last long.
The Hawks got them. I think the very last one, a raccoon or something, got right off the back porch where it roosted. And I think it somehow chased it all the way up and behind the water totes up at the chicken barn, because underneath the totes there's feathers everywhere.
So we have a big nest right by the chicken pen. Hawks are awful owls too. Hawks are really, really bad here, but the owls, I don't think I've ever seen one. I mean, I'm sure they're here somewhere, but I've never heard one either. I'm sure they're here somewhere. Don't get me wrong, but there's a great big old, like an oak tree right up on top of the hill here that's it's dead, and it's kind of, I'm going to say it's kind of like watching a horror movie, you know, like old dead tree out there in the middle of nowhere, and them hawks will light up in top of that tree up there, and they'll sit there, kind of like one of the scary movies back in the 70s and 80s.
That's
what it looked like.
No, sir.
But I think raccoons, trying to think what else up here. There's definitely raccoons and
deer and bear. Because a bear, Chris can put both of his paws together, both of his fists together, and stick right down the paw prints. What was it that Zach said he's seen a coyote?
No, a mountain lion.
Mountain lion. He's seen a mountain lion up here. That was our nephew.
Yeah, we had a huge rooster. I got over at my dad's place when he lived over in Clyde. There was an owl. We seen that owl lying on top of that rooster, and that owl was like huge. It was huge, and it grabbed a hold of that chicken, just like that, and then it was gone. And not a feather one on the ground. It went that fast too.
Well, you said at our other house that Jim had a chihuahua, and it tried to take it out of his hand, didn't it?
Yep.
Out at the chicken barn there.
Yep. We saw cougar stalking again. Yeah. Why, I don't know. That's whenever I grew up, that's what they call them, old painters, panthers, mountain lion. Said it sounded like a woman screaming on top of a mountain, and it really did. It sounded like one. So cougar stuff in. Rooster carried off. Big mess. Chicken. Yeah, there's tons of wildlife up here. There's deer everywhere up here. I mean, worst case scenario, stock your freezer full of deer meat. Some of them pretty good size. Some of the bucks up here. There's a guy over next to us over here has got property, and that's what he just bought the property just for deer hunting.
Yeah.
He made a food plot and all that stuff up there.
Well, we've been putting out apples and like the little apple, whatever you get at the Tractor Supply.
Yeah, we're not putting it out to shoot the deer. We're putting it out to get them to come around. You know.
Yeah.
If I do hunt up here, I'm not going to hunt around the house. It'll be way off in the back of the property somewhere. I ain't going to do it right here close to the house.
No, I just want to see the deer. I like to see them. We were out on the four-wheeler one day. Chris and I were, and one jumped across the front four-wheeler. I thought that was pretty cool.
I hit the four-wheeler.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I like seeing them like that. You know, just be out riding and then jump across the four-wheeler. Or, you know, see them run through the yard, or see a doe with the baby up on.
Yeah. But as far as free range and animals like chicken and stuff up here, the guineas, I really don't know. I mean, I like to free range them as long as you got a lot of, I guess, canopy. I guess for them, they'll be fine. But right around the house here, we had basically right around the house itself, we had all the trees and stuff taken out with cold solar. mountain deer, longer tails. Yeah.
Well, we want to try to do like a fence thing attached to the chicken barn where they can come out and
Yeah.
go in it, and it has a roof over it so that they can free range a
Like
little bit.
net. One of them. I don't. I'd rather just frame it up, put the wire like we done with that. I mean, not on the top.
Yeah.
I don't want to put that old net stuff they got because them hawks, that thing come lightning in 40, 50 mile an hour, it's gonna go through that net. And then
Maybe possibly taking and putting another door like we did inside of our chicken house to vent from one side of the chickens to the other. Putting something like that in there, and then after I'm done with my garden, letting them go in and clean the garden area up, and then, you know, so they can free range that area.
I'm hoping sometime this month, I'm hoping to get those solar panels moved, that last rack there beside the barn, up onto the barn roof. And then I might start framing out the greenhouse. We're gonna build a pretty good sized greenhouse up there.
Maybe
Yeah.
he's got to get someone to help him with that, because I don't get up on the viewers or somebody do that with him.
Yeah.
That's not my cup of tea.
Ain't mind it. Going up ain't bad. Falling off, problem.
I don't like the height. I don't like being up high off the ground.
Ain't that bad. Just like 8 feet.
8 feet, I don't want to go.
So just that porch side, porch of the barn. I'm just gonna put those 8 panels on. I'm gonna take those off, those 8 there off. The only reason I ain't done it yet is because I got to reroute that wire, and that's have to get under the house and redo that because I ran the wire over then under the house. I gotta go and disconnect all that and then run it to the other end of the house and around.
I can help with that part.
Well,
Getting on top of the roof. Oh, thank you.
yeah, that's just an experiment. I want to try that because fire. That thing took 2.5 days to upload onto YouTube. 2.5 days.
We want to maybe possibly try to do a Christmas one since it's right now Christmas season. And
I think I started that Thursday night, and I added it on there 3 hours ago. So from Thursday till now, that's how
long it took.
that's how great our internet connection is. But it is 5.5 hours long, so it's pretty neat. So you can just turn it on, just leave it on for like 5.5 hours.
Is there anything that y'all would like to see us do a video on, or something that y'all have questions on what we did videos on?
That would be nice. Christmas video.
Christmas video, yeah.
I actually have a one that I've been working on a computer. I ain't uploaded yet, but it's of a fireplace with a Christmas tree in it. And I was going to do like Christmas music on it and stuff like that. But you got to be kind of careful with stuff like putting music on it like that, especially like legit songs or whatever, because they'll like kick you off or whatever.
You're okay.
Yeah, 3 days. Right at 3 days to upload it. Yeah.
Buddy,
The computer is super fast. The computer is a super fast computer. It's actually a game. So actually right now, the internet is actually working pretty good here. Or it is on this end. I mean, you guys, if it's not working too good on your end, you can tell me, but there. It's like a Christmas tree and a fireplace kind of thing. And you can take and say like the TV in here is a 55 inch on the wall, but something like that, you can just turn it on. It's pretty neat. I always thought so anyway.
yeah,
Especially overnight, you can just turn it on, let that play.
or like in the bedroom.
Some sort of house first. Yeah, whenever you get ready to buy the solar panels, let me know. I can get pretty good deals on them. If you want to order them or if you want to pick them up, whichever you want to do. Yeah, the batteries are 15. I mean,
You
you
can
can,
always use cheaper ones.
hell, you can use a boat battery from Walmart if you want. 15. I mean,
You
you
can
can,
always use cheaper ones.
hell, you can use a boat battery from Walmart if you want. We have
Okay.
lots of questions. Yeah, just, I mean, feel free to reach out. When you get ready to do it, if you want, you can, if you have anything, you work on anything, you can let me know.
He actually has a couple people that text him and call him, like where we sold old batteries and stuff that we had an old battery system.
If I know the answer to it, I'll tell you. If not, I'll call somebody that does, or I'll try to find it.
Refer you to somebody.
Yeah, but the place here in Knoxville that I done a video on, he has really good deals on panels. But just to be completely honest, the panels that we have now, that we're using right now, I ordered every one of those from Santan Solar. I didn't even know about this guy here in Knoxville, but when I installed ours, if I'd known that, I'd probably just drove over and got them. But prices have gone up a little bit. When I first started buying panels, I was giving $35. Prices have gone up a little bit. When I first started buying panels, I was giving $35 a piece for these panels. They're 250 watt panels.
The guy over here,
9.7 amp.
other guy we've
Yeah. Yeah, I mean they have what it is. You can buy them new or used. I buy mine used because when you test them, they still put out what they're supposed to put out when they're new. So I mean, the age don't bother me none. I mean, I'm getting there in my age myself, but now I think they might be $65 a piece. So, which still ain't bad. But I like the black frame and the black. I just didn't want a big chrome looking panel on my roof because it would definitely stick out then. Great price, yeah, it really is. I mean, but like I said though, 15, 20 years ago, solar panels were, 15, 20 years ago, solar panels were, I mean, they was unheard of expensive, anywhere from like $800 brand new for $150 brand new. But the big panels, I mean, you can get them up to 600 watts. I'm going to install um, way more than we need whatsoever. I'm going to put 12 more on this side of the house. I'm going to put 12 more on that side of the house. That's eventually. That's not right now. And 4 more batteries.
And then we'll have some down at the shop. And
Mm-hmm.
then we were talking about maybe possibly doing Airbnb, and we have some on.
Yeah.
However many of them we do.
We have been thinking about buying one of the sheds. You know how people do the shed to house conversion. We actually done a video on some of the sheds. Some of those actually really nice, but there's no way of getting that on one of them on this mountain. Unless you flew it on a helicopter, that you ain't gonna drag it up out of the truck trailer. It ain't happening. Maybe with a dozer, but then you'd have to cut a path out to it. But I'm gonna build something like that up here on top of the mountain, and just experiment with it. Maybe do like an Airbnb, do the off grid thing. Of course, when you say off grid, a lot of people think you're crapping in buckets and everything else, you know what I mean? Which we're not.
And you can do it one of two ways. You can do it where you actually have the bathroom inside if you want that experience, or you can do the outhouse and build an outhouse and do that experience. So it all depends on, we might do a couple different ways to see what people like.
Yeah. I'd probably do a composting toilet in the Airbnb shed or whatever it is we want to do. We live up mountain in forest. Difficult getting us something. We did too. This right here where right here where this trailer's at, it was heavily wooded. I mean, in some of my videos I shied down that way and you can see how it is, and that was here too. But
we can actually probably post some pictures of when we first got it. We have pictures. We didn't do a whole lot of videos, but we did pictures of like us when we first got it. We have pictures. We didn't do a whole lot of videos, but we did pictures of like us and the grandkids up here and how muddy it was when we camped up here. Because when we first got this property, we cleared off a little bit of a spot and we had tent. We had a tent up here, and then we got the camper.
Yeah, come on. I'm saying already. Hey, welcome, Jeff. Thanks for coming. Yeah, I was on his live chat last night. Thank you for coming. Yeah, his live stream last night. Yeah. I went in there for a little while. I've been following him for a while too.
I subscribed to it yesterday.
Yeah.
I got on it yesterday.
Yeah, I've been following him for a long time.
Yeah.
But on that Airbnb thing, we ain't completely decided yet. I mean, that'll be, a couple of years down the road. We need to get all this straightened out first.
Yeah. Well, there's several things we want here first before we actually do that. Like, we want the roots. We want the compost. We want.
Biggest thing I want right now is a shop.
He wants the shop. We want the smokehouse, things like that. Before all of that, maybe an outside sitting area for like when we do the smokehouse, do the smoker, and then have a outside kitchen area for family to get together and eat whatever we smoke or whatever.
The thing about here on this mountain is you can't just run out there with some 2x4 and start building something because it's a mountain, so you have to
bring a dozer and everything in.
Get something fixed, like. It ain't what you say extremely steep, but it's not flat by no means neither.
Yeah, smokehouse videos would be great.
Be great. Smokehouse videos would be great. Yeah, I got some really good ideas on how to build a nice smokehouse. So I'm gonna try that. What do guys prefer to smoke? Really about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean beef, a lot of cows. Whole pigs.
Well, we're trying to fence the area in down here so we can get the sheep. We can smoke sheep. Then we want to do the one up top and have the cows and the pigs, and we can
biggest thing is whole hogs, smoking whole hogs. But
and then deer and bear and whatever. Yeah.
There's some people that says that they take like a whole hog and hang it in their smokehouse and they smoke it. But when they cure it in salt, then they smoke it. And they said they cut on that thing for 2, 3, 4 years, going up there and getting pieces of meat off of it. But it never lasts that long for us because we'd eat the whole thing. But
we haven't had smoked sheep yet neither. We haven't never had a smokehouse, but we would try.
Yeah. No, I had a smokehouse, but we got a smoker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've actually had sheep before. We've had sheep and we've had baby
sheep, lamb, hamburger somewhere, but I can't remember the name of it, but it's
lamb.
Yeah, they actually take a baby lamb and they cook it and serve it right after it's born. I mean, within days old. They said that's the most. I ain't gonna eat it, but we'll crack on.
But when we get more sheep and more animals back up on the mountain, we'll start doing videos on things like that.
Yeah, the smokehouse we're going to build pretty soon. I'm actually going to build a solar oven to use.
Yeah, for when I do my wheat and my corn and all that, we can do it outside instead of doing it in the house.
Yeah.
Getting the house hot if it's summertime.
But
wintertime it don't matter.
To answer the question about smoked sheep, we've never smoked a sheep, never have, and it would probably be very good, good. But like I was saying, some of these finer restaurants, you can research it if you want, but you can research it if you want, but they buy the baby sheep's lamb or whatever you want to call it. It can only be so many days old. Anything after that, they won't serve it. in these restaurants, it has to be like just born, like 4 or 5 days old, up to like maybe 6 or 7 days old. I think is how they do it. But I just couldn't do that.
Another thing we'll have to try when we get the animals back up on the property is like sheep jerky, or we've done deer jerky, we've done
Rabbit.
beef jerky, but I don't know about.
Do we cut our own meat? Yes.
Yes,
We do.
I actually have a big meat,
Yes, we got all the
industrial
slicers
meat
and all that.
slicer, and then we also have the grinder,
Yeah.
the meat grinder.
That thing it spits it out there like looks like, what do you call it? Hamburger meat.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You can do hamburger meat. You can do basically anything you want, sausage, whatever.
Yeah.
We'll have to do a video on that, but we have to get the animals back up here because right now all we have is the chickens right now.
Yeah.
But once we get our fence built and get everything going again, we'll start doing more videos on the animals.
That's awesome.
Okay, we will.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, now, I mean, you go back about 6, 7, 8 years ago, we put a few videos on here, which is just experiment with a cell phone. You know, I didn't know nothing about it, so we just throw them on here, and we didn't mess with it up until like 2.5 months ago when we finally started putting videos back on here.
But we went and bought the camera thing too, so
Well, just an old GoPro. I mean, but
we do it with it instead of our phones now.
yeah, I mean, the filming the videos, all that's a brand new process for us, and then editing the videos.
We
That's
don't know how to do all that, but we're
every
trying to
time.
figure it out.
Every time we do a video, we learn a new little trick on it, some way or another. You know what I mean? So, anyway, I mean, we're trying. So hopefully the videos will get better. Just remembering to film something is the problem because I'm constantly working on something, building something. Just remembering to film it is the problem.
Yeah, because we're not good at
Yeah,
carrying
we're
a
just
camera
not
everywhere.
we're just not used to it yet. So I'm just getting to video. Let me store and make it. Yeah, we're
Thank you.
thank you. We started this property about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
9, 10. I'd say more along 10, right at 10 years.
Yeah.
We started building a cabin right up behind where this mobile home is. Started building it up there. And lumber prices just kept going up and up and up and up. And, you know, jobs, laying people off, stuff like that. And we was right there with everybody else. We couldn't afford to do nothing like that anymore. So we just basically stopped. Then money got a little bit better, not a lot better, but a little bit better. And like I said, it's all in videos, but we come across this. We was wanting something up there. We was going to do like a shed. But a shed is $15,000 for a decent sized shed. And then you have to build it out on the inside. Well, this mobile home we have now.
Well, we started the foundation up there with the chicken barn.
Yeah, we started. That's where the chicken barn is exactly where we started building the cabin. Then we just had a dozer come in and flatten out some more area here, right here where the trailer's at. But anyway, was on Marketplace and found this trailer for $1,000. We've been working on it quite a bit. It still needs tons of work. Don't get me wrong, but it's 100%
really
better than it was.
gross when we got it.
Yeah.
It was really gross and it stunk really bad.
Yeah, we redone the whole kitchen here. I know all the cabinets and countertops and all that stuff, the backsplash, all that through there.
And then built the bar.
Can't see the bar, but
center.
yeah,
And we did the board around them.
we done all the floors.
Well, we still got a couple more to do.
Well, I mean, we were done the floor. Just got to put the
The
what do you call the stuff down?
lamination.
Lamp floor down.
Well, we got to put it in the hallway and 2 bedrooms and it'd be done.
But with all that being said, I gave $1,000 for this trailer and $1,000 to have it stay here. So that's $2,000.
But when we first got the trailer, we had our son and his girlfriend and me and Chris, and we took everything inside of it and actually threw in the dumpsters before they brought it.
It was a trade in at Clayton Homes, and the reason we got it for the price we got it for is we had to clean it out and clean it up. And I mean, it smelled like dog crap. It was rough. But anyway, we completely tore everything out of it and threw it in a dumpster there at Clayton Homes.
Pretty much
Yeah.
gutted down to the walls.
Yeah. But I mean, it still needs tons of work, but we'll get to it. It's livable, it's decent, so that's all we care about.
Yeah, it's been a lot of work.
Yeah.
We've repainted some of the walls. We're still working on some of the walls. It's been a process, but we've been trying to work a lot more outside now. But as it gets colder, we'll come back inside and start doing more things in the inside.
That's kind of how we do our stuff. Is well, if it's like here on the side of this mountain, it gets very, very, very hot, extremely hot. So you kind of gotta weigh it out a little bit. The hottest I've ever been in my life was outside right here, building that building, and I thought I was gonna have a heat stroke. She'd have to get like buckets of ice water and dip like a towel in it, and I take that towel and hold it on my head.
Then I bought them ones that actually go for your face and your head, and I'd stick them in the freezer for a little bit, and then take them out of the freezer when they were ice cold, and take them out and let him put them on his face and his head and stuff.
Yeah, it was miserable, miserable. So hopefully we'll get back into the like filming more and more stuff. Just like today, we actually got started. Today was up there redoing the chicken water system thing. The pool that we had in the little chicken bar, they get up on the sides of it and like bend it, and it actually started cracking it and letting the water out. So we wanted to build something that they couldn't break. So anyway, we'll put a video out on that. We actually remember to film some of it. So that's what we've been doing
We
today.
need to build a few more of them.
Yeah, I need to build. All it is a trough type thing we built.
For the fermented feed, and then for the Somali chickens, we got to do 2 of them for them, one for the water and one for the fermenting.
Yeah.
But then we also need to build them a nesting box. So we got that temporarily one in there because they just started laying not too long ago.
Yeah. So anyway, it's work in progress. We've been working on this place for, like I said, 9-10 years, something like that.
Closer to 10.
Yeah. So the solar is pretty close to what. How are your taxes there? Actually, very, very, very reasonable. We'll put it that way. Here in the county we're in, the taxes are they're pretty decent. I think they're $160 a year, 160. But we only got to pay county, and I want to say it's $160, $170 a year.
We're at our other place, we pay county and
Yeah.
city. Buddy, you're tapping it, he's flipping out.
But here where we're at, we're very rural. There's nothing major here, and that's kind of the way I like it. We leave from here, like I was saying, when we leave from here, we go to $2,400 a year, and it's wow. I try to keep all my comments PG, but yeah, that wasn't. That's exactly right there. $2,400 a year, $2,400 a year in the city. That's just the city. That's exactly why people cannot own anything anymore.
I think
that
that's
is
what we
exactly
pay in city and county at the other place.
No.
I mean, not that bad, but close.
No, it ain't nowhere near that. It's about 700. But we have this place, and we also have my old family home. It's in North Carolina, pay city and county there, and it's like 700. But $2,400 a year. That's why people can't own anything anymore in this country right here. Property out here. They said that's 0%. Yeah. It says you're in Ohio, I think. Yeah. But
Are you looking for more property in Ohio or somewhere else?
or somewhere different. I mean, if it's taxes out of Ohio, I'd be coming out of Ohio.
Yeah, me too.
That's crazy. And they wonder why so many people. Oh Lord, I'm gonna get on the soapbox now. They wonder why so many people are homeless that don't have anything. Well, now I'll take it back. I'm a bail bondsman, so I deal with a little bit of everything. And here in North Carolina, I'm licensed bail bondsman in the state of Tennessee and the state of North Carolina. I'm either getting people out of jail or putting people in jail, one of the two. And I deal a lot with homeless people. Unfortunately, I deal with the homeless a lot. But I will tell you this much: a lot of them put themselves in that situation. It's not something that's forced upon them. The ones I deal with, the ones I deal with.
Well, that one, he tried to become that way just to see their way of life.
Yeah, one guy that I dealt with, he was actually he writes books, a writer, I guess. Anyway, I was state policeman for 11 years. Cool. Yeah.
Well, he can check into where we got this place.
Yeah, but a lot of them will tell you, they don't have to live that way. They just chose to live that way. They have a home to go to, like their parents, their family, something, but they just don't want to. They prefer to be where they are.
Well, that one guy did it just to write the book, and then
ran over by a car. Wow, this building. Yeah.
ooh,
Lord, I can tell you, I've sat here for 2 days straight and tell you the situations I've been in. But and this is the off-grid channel, and then a pain and agony one, I guess. But yeah, one of my friends, he was a deputy sheriff, and he got stabbed, and he's on this building now, and he works doing recoveries also, like bail bond recovery. I thought about mixing some of those videos in with this channel here, but I don't know how that would, because some of it's pretty, traumatic, I would say. And it definitely wouldn't be a PG channel at that point.
maybe look for some property down here towards Tennessee or somewhere, because it's cheaper down here. It's cheaper here than it is in North Carolina too.
Hello, Susan.
Hey, how are you?
I think we had last night we had like 8 or 9 people actually subscribed to our channel from Joe's channel last night, St. Bernard Acres. It's like, I think it was either 8 or 9 people subscribed last night, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we could use all the subscribers we can get. We're trying to get our name out there.
Yeah. I think he actually put out a video today too.
So Jeff,
I didn't watch it yet, but I seen it was on there.
Jeff said he was one.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Jeff. Thank y'all for subscribing.
Yeah, thank you. We're trying to get our 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, so.
We're going to try to get better with the videos and stuff like that. We try to come on just randomly, like live like this, just to say, hey, I mean, I think it's pretty neat to communicate with people like that's interested in this type of thing.
And we don't really know what to say or what people want to know.
Yeah. I'm just trying to learn a few tricks. Well, I mean, if there's anything that we can help you with, I mean, just feel free to ask or whatever, because I've been doing this for a long time. See, life is way different, but not better. Not good. Yeah, I gotta agree. But like here where we're at, if we go, say like if we're gonna go to Lowe's or Home Depot or something like that, it takes us 40 minutes.
About 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah. 40, 45 minutes just to get to town from here, which I mean ain't too awful bad.
But depending on traffic, it could be more.
Yeah, I mean if it's traffic's bad, then you're gonna be out from it. So with that being said, whenever I want to build something here, and if I want to film it, you know what I mean, I got to go say an hour out there, then you got to do your shopping, load your stuff up, then an hour back. So I mean, don't leave you with a whole lot of time, because I don't think far enough ahead to say like, well, next week I'm gonna build this, so I'm gonna get these boards too. So it's kind of I'm all over the place with what I build and how I do it. I'll build on something for a minute, and I'll jump over here and build on something, just all over the place. But city life, the other house that we have is in North Carolina. It's in the city, and you know, I'd rather be in the middle of nowhere. It'd take me an hour to get to town.
But we try not to go to town a lot. We do like
So we'll be selling. Right here where we're at, Susan, property is not expensive at all.
no.
I think 10 years ago we gave maybe 3,000 an acre for this, something like that. I mean, and that's not bad. That's not real bad. But it's rural, you know, rural.
Yeah, it's all woods, and you have to do something
Yeah,
with
but it's
it.
all just forest.
And yeah, the camera takes a little bit of getting used to.
Kentucky, yeah, Kentucky. Now, Kentucky's got some nice property up there too. We looked at a couple of places back, 10 years so when we bought this in Kentucky, and we had one funny story was there's a guy said, "Come on up, it's a beautiful waterfall," and she's in the waterfall, so we had to go look at it. There's like 20 acres, had a beautiful waterfall. Well, we get up there,
And it was not even a stream.
and this property here is easy to get into compared to that up there. You about had to have a donkey to ride up in there. But we did get up in there. Yeah. We did get up in there, and his waterfall was a flat creek, and there was like a 4-foot piece of shell rock, and the water went across it and fell off of it for like a foot. That was his version of a waterfall.
It was not a waterfall.
Well, to him it was.
It wasn't even close.
That waterfall up the price by about $10,000. But yeah, I mean, there is some nice property in Kentucky. All the places I go to in Kentucky is like it's almost like it's just cut out of the side of a mountain. It's just weird for me.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Susan. Thank you. And we
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Thank you.
I think we're at 450, 460 subs right now. But like I said, we just started putting videos back on here like 2.5 months ago.
457 is what it was last night.
457, you just said.
Yep.
Yep. But I mean, that ain't real bad, but
But we try to do like I don't know if you've looked at some of our videos, but we've done videos on like the dehydrating the eggs. We've done videos on how we upkeep our chicken house, how we deworm them. We did videos on 2-week buckets. We've done videos on the wheat, the whole wheat berries, the corn, how to grind it.
love is wealth, knowledge is wealth.
What
Wealth of
else?
knowledge.
What
Lord,
else did we do?
I can't even read. You have solar and water catchment. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we did videos on the rain
Yeah.
catchment and solar.
the solar is now and will always be a work in progress.
Yes.
Because just like I said earlier, I am going to be adding more solar.
And more rain catchment.
Yeah, because winter, as everybody knows, winter we don't have but four if you're lucky 5 hours of sunlight, and you got a large battery bank like this, it's not going to charge with like what we have. I have 9 kilowatts of solar panels, 9,000 watts of solar panels hooked up and running right now, and well, the batteries are charged now, but I think in the winter time, like right now, we may get, if we're lucky, 1,000 watts out of them, and that's not much because we are on a mountain. The sun moves and the the trees that we can't cut is across the property line over here on this side, kind of shade our panels. So
Yeah, somebody else's property.
Yeah, and
You
we-
can't cut 'em.
and where we're at, we're kind of on the hill like this, so it's kind of hard to balance it out.
Think
But this side of the house, this way, is always in the sun, always winter, sun, winter, summer, always. So I'm gonna put 12 panels on the back side, and then I'm gonna put 12 panels on the front side. After we roof over the whole house, I'm gonna put a whole roof over the whole entire thing again.
Yeah, Susan, to answer your question, we have a central heat and air system. We also have a wood stove. So yeah, it does run that.
Do you run heat and AC? Yes, we have a mini split.
Mini split.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you have to have air conditioning in here. That's what I was saying earlier. Here on the side of this mountain, it gets
Comes a
hot.
toaster oven.
Yeah, you're inside a metal box. But hopefully that's going to change within the next couple of years because we're actually going to build onto it, and I'm going to put wood siding on it. I want to find I think they call them D logs or whatever. It looks like a log siding. That's what I want to put on it. That's the reason I'm going to roof over it too. I want it to look like a cabin, more cabiny.
Yeah, more cabin.
Yeah. So hopefully that'll help as well. I guess the whole moral of that story is hopefully it'll help with the heat because whenever I frame up the new roof over this and the new addition we're building, I'm gonna insulate the crap out of it. I'm gonna put all the insulation I can jam in there. I'm gonna jam it in there because it's intense hot in here.
Yes, at times.
Yeah, but I mean honestly though, we don't run the AC a lot because you can turn it on. It's 18,000 BTU, but the kind we got, it's a Comfort Total. The eBay special. It was like $600, $700, and that thing really, really cools. It works good, but it's not energy efficient whatsoever. That thing uses about 2,000 watts, something like that, to run.
But we also have the hot water heater that runs when the hot water heater's heating up. The vent here will also blow air in through it.
Yeah, see that vent right there? That actually what she was saying, the hot water heater is same thing as a heat pump. It's a hybrid heat pump that I researched a whole lot, and I knew what I wanted to do. You can buy the big 40-gallon ones, the round ones. I'll show it one day, but it's a hybrid water heater that uses the same technology as a heat pump, and it'll suck air in, it'll blow cool air out, the same thing as the air conditioner. So we recycle that air and blow it back into the house here. And there's a way that you can get in there and set it that'll blow the hot air out instead of the cool air. You can reverse it, but I don't do that because even in the winter we build a fire, it stays so hot in there, that helps.
Susan says, what made you decide to get land in that area?
Well,
we have a place in Tennessee and a place here,
okay.
or in North Carolina and a place here, and he's a bondsman in both places, so we don't want to go too far away from where he works and then where I work also.
Whenever we first started looking for this property, I got in contact with a owner finance realty company here, which is probably
like a buy here, pay here
kind of thing, yeah. But it's owner finance property. It's done legit. It's done through an attorney and all that stuff. It's to a big company. And if anybody's ever interested in land in this area, I'll give you the company's name and stuff like that. But and actually the guy who to call, because he'll put you in a piece of property within days. It don't take long. But anyway, we've had this property now for about 10 years. And whenever we first started looking, I told her I didn't want nothing over an hour and a half away. Hour and 45 minutes from our other house.
Yeah, and also because that's where most of our kids and grandkids are at.
Would love that info, please. Yeah, I'm gonna put my email address in here. Yeah.
And you can message him on that, and he can send it to you.
Yeah, if you'll email me right there, just email me. I'll send you the information, the company name and information.
Guys, everything that we talked to.
Well, I mean, I don't think it hurt to tell what your company name is. The name of the company is Country Places in Knoxville, Tennessee. They're located in Knoxville, Tennessee. Country Places is the name of it. They actually have a website too that you can get on, and I don't know if I have it saved. I do not. I'll see if I can find the
link to it.
Yeah, I don't have it saved.
But he has their number and everything.
Yeah, I have his personal cell phone number if you want to call him, because he'll talk with you, meet with you, whatever you need to do.
And he actually comes out, he walks you through the property, shows you the property line, shows you where the property line starts and ends. They actually have a thing you can actually put on your phone where you can walk with your cell phone and it'll show you exactly
Property line
where your property line is.
within 3 feet.
For like, if you're building a fence like what we are, it's good because you can take your phone and it'll show you exactly where your property line is to line up your fence posts and everything.
But yeah, they're a really good company to work with. I mean,
Yeah.
low down payments, low monthly payments. I need to get sponsors from them or something like this. I don't know.
Right.
I mean, I'm not sponsored by anybody whatsoever, so that's amazing. Yeah.
We have one neighbor down the road that we need to get off the mountain. But
Yeah. So
We
how do I
like
like Tennessee? I love it. I love it.
yeah,
Here.
love it here. It's back in the woods.
No state taxes.
That you ain't got to worry about if your kids or grandkids get out to play. You know, they can't go nowhere. They're right here in the mountains, in the woods. Nobody's back here with us.
Yeah, I love it here. So it's definitely different. It's like I said, it's very rural. Can't never say that word. Rural, like rural king. How are the winters? They're not bad. They're not bad at all. Uh, last 2 or 3 winters, you can't really even say we had winters. You know, it got cool and cold.
I think it snowed once last year.
Our water containers are still just like they have been for the last 4 years outside. And I keep saying I'm gonna box them in this year. Then I get off on something else, and I never do. But they've never froze. So just want a warmer winter than here.
Now the mornings are cold. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there's
It
been
gets in the
times
30s and 20s, you know. But
I've
it
got
don't
up a
stay
couple
there.
mornings to go to work and it's 15 degrees, but by midday it's at least in the 50s, 60s. You know, in the winter. So I mean, it's not.
It does. I mean, it does have cold spells, you know. I mean, there's supposed to be this year. I done a video on it actually. There's supposed to be the El Nino thing. We have every few years. El Nino and El Nino. I don't know. I know one of them's El Nino and the other one's something else. El something. And we're the El Nino this year, which brings a lot of moisture and cold weather. And it's on it. I talked about it on one of my videos. If you'll check it out, it talks about the winter we're supposed to have this year. It's supposed to be a very, very rough winter this year, but that's what they say every year. Almanac says we're
That's
gonna.
cold. It
Yeah.
gets 40 below there.
Oh no.
Yeah. I'm not into all that weather.
Oh yeah. If it gets that cold down, you'll love it here. You'll be like Jamaica for you here.
We like to do a lot of gardening. We can't do a whole lot here because it's all rock, but we're actually going to do a greenhouse and put raised beds in it, or the pots we did the video on, the
A self-wicking tub.
self-wicking tub. I actually have garlic already started outside, and I mean I can go out and take a picture and show y'all. The garlic's actually growing good. We've grown lettuce in the barrels. We've grown onions in the barrels. I mean, at our other place, we do an outside garden in the ground, but we also do the self-wicking barrels.
Yes, no song around yet. That's what I was saying. The El Nino thing. If you go back and look at that, it's a picture of a frozen water spigot on one of my videos. The thumbnail is watch that, and it shows on the map how things are actually moving. You know, east toward us more. Used to back over there, you know, just the winters were just very, very bad. But now it's moving this way. It's just like now I hate to be off on some crazy kick like this, but it's almost like a pole type shift. You know, it's just like everything's turning. When you go talking about stuff like that, people think you're nuts, but it's almost the way it feels.
Well, there's a picture of the garlic right now if you want to show them.
This is the garlic inside the. Well, you can't see that. Oh, man. Can't really see it, but that's one of the wicken tubs that we made right there. That's the garlic that she just planted in it, and they come up that good. And those wicking tubs,
That's only been like 2 weeks.
yeah, well, maybe, I guess maybe 3.
Maybe 3.
Yeah, something like that. But I guess being we here at this property is 100% off grid, and it will as long as we own it, it always will be. It always will be. That's the purpose of buying it, and that's what I want. That's what we want. So there'll never be any type of line run in on this property. Because as a matter of fact, down at the bottom of the hill on the state road down there, if you want to call it a state road, it's a wagon track. Like it's, I don't know how to explain it, but it used to be basically a state road, but it's more like a logging road. It's just something they never done something with, and
You're
what
fine.
I was getting at, the power lines, the high power lines are run down that road. I'll show them sometime in the future video. It's probably 2 acres down the hill this way, and the main lines are run down.
Thank you.
Now you get a lot of people saying if they see those power lines down there, like, oh, you're lying, you're not off grid. We're 100% off grid, and we always will be.
That's the way we like it.
Yeah. There's a gate. There's 2 gates on our property down here, and that's as far as the power company will come on this property. I'll promise you that. Yes. Sevier County, that's why. That Sevier County is on East Tennessee. That's not a homesteading county. They're like little Las Vegas. So that's where Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge and all that is. And if you know what I'm talking about, or if you've never been there, Google it and you'll see what I'm talking about. They have car shows over there, and you sit in a line for like 9 hours just to move up the road. Yeah, because we've sat there over 8, 9, 10 hours just trying to go up that one road. So, and it's all of us gift shops on both sides of the road. So I mean, we're an hour, a little over an hour from there, east.
But they do other things there, like Christmas lighting and
Yeah.
all that.
You wanna? I'd say start about Greene County. Get on the map, look Greene County, and go east if you want something truly, I guess, homesteading. But I mean, there is other places too, like on the other side, like on Knox County over there. You can go over to Knox County. There's some areas of Knoxville, the outskirts and around, like you want up toward Kentucky. A lot of that property up in there is like really good for like farms and homesteads and stuff like that. John Burn, Dandridge, and Greenville area. Yeah, we're close to Greenville. We're really close. Just kind of on the outskirts of Greenville. Dandridge is another good, nice place. Yep. About people living in Rogersville, nothing like that. But we went to the Walmart in Rogersville, and we're just going through the area. And Rogersville's kind of hours that way. We're kind of in the middle of everything where we're at. But anyway, well, maybe not an hour, probably 40 minutes, something like that. It takes about 45 minutes to get anywhere from here, all the way around. But anyway, we went to Rogersville Walmart, and the minute we walked in that door,
You want it?
it's almost like we was in a cult. I mean, it was weird. I had the weirdest feeling I've ever had in my life, and I deal with shady people 24/7 because that's what I do for a living. But I felt really, really, really uncomfortable by walking in that Walmart. It's
It's like they knew you weren't from that town.
yeah, I mean, not just wondering that. Well, not just every now and again when somebody would just stop, like, the hell you doing here? That there was everybody in Walmart done that. Not just one person, everybody in there. You'd walk by somebody that just stop and stare at you like they want to eat you or something. I don't know, but I almost heard banjos. It was definitely weird. I ain't never had that. I ain't never felt feeling like that. Cause I mean, the minute we walked in the door, it was like that.
Come on, and I gave you a chip. It's down there.
Chucky, Tennessee. Yeah, Chucky's a good place. That's on east of here. Chucky, Tennessee. Yep. It's more laid back. It's more kind of like where we're at. Which is probably 30, 40 minutes from here too. In also about Sevier County, the taxes are be outrageous. It'd be like up there with the.
Because it's a tourist place.
Yeah. Yeah, they completely turned that into tourist.
Mm-hmm. Gatlinburg, Sevierville, all that's tourist.
But I mean, if you get in East Tennessee, you'll like it. You really will. I would just stay. The reason I keep saying from, okay, say Dandridge East, stay that area. Because if you go any further west, you got a great big nuclear plant over there in Oak Ridge. And I don't want to be, I mean, we're close enough as it is, don't get me wrong. But I mean, really, you can't hide from them things because they're popping up everywhere. Like there's one in South Carolina, one here in Tennessee. So, I mean, we're kind of surrounded by them. So it doesn't matter where you go. You're going to get, something happens to one of them, you're going to get it either way. That's the only reason I didn't want to go that direction because of the big power plant over there. I wanted to stay this way. I knew we wanted property in Tennessee, but I wanted to stay at least an hour and a half from our other place, and I wanted it to be away from that power plant. Yeah, Oak Ridge, that's where that big nuclear power plant is. Cancer right over there. Yes, sir. That's what I was saying. I want to stay east of that. I want to stay, I guess, downwind of. I've been through Oak Ridge a lot, like working and stuff like that, going through, and I just don't like it. I get to just get a bad feeling every time I go over. Like I said, I love East Tennessee. You know, I love it. So
It's nice here.
yeah.
Quiet.
I'm gonna go shut that off.
Okay. I don't know. We don't have no electric bill or anything like that. Everything we have is off grid. Our cell phones and internet. Our internet cuts in and out here. We have Verizon cell phones. So that's what our cell phone is on the house. And then we also have HughesNet. But Verizon. That's what both of our cell phones are. I'm thinking, don't you have your Verizon hooked up to the computer right now?
Do what?
Do you have your Verizon hooked up?
T-Mobile.
Or you have T-Mobile? I thought you had it connected to your phone.
Oh,
Oh, no, it's a T-Mobile. She was asking, how is the utilities and electric companies, LP, cell phones, and internet? Susan, do you do a lot of homesteading? Are you off grid or?
About the utilities now. What did you say?
Oh, I was saying, she was asking how was the utilities, electric companies and stuff. I told her we had solar, we didn't have none of that here.
Utilities, as far as utilities, we don't have anything. We're 100% off grid.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, there's no lines whatsoever run from the poles to this house.
I thought we had Verizon.
Well, it's T-Mobile.
for our
Verizon
cell
for our cell phone.
phone. And 4 acres.
Fixing to repair 4 acres. We're not off grid. 4 acres. Hey, 4 acres is all you need. 'Cause we don't, honestly, we don't even use 4 acres here.
Mm-mm.
We have 10, but it's all like,
Mountains.
it's all mountain.
Like slope.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for pasture, maybe. I don't know. Maybe for the mountain goats. Haven't lived in many years. Getting everything done so we can see if we find something in East Tennessee. Yeah, there's, I mean, just driving around over here, you see all kinds of property and stuff for sale.
Mhm.
It just all depends on how you want it. New septic, furnace, AC, repaired roof. Yeah, that's us. Everything we had to have a new septic put in, all that stuff here too, because this was just mountain like was. I mean, there was never no home of any kind here on this property.
We didn't put carbon.
We,
Then we put the mini split in.
yeah, we decided we opted to go wood heat. We also had the mini split. This solar setup. I can kind of give you like what ours costed. You know, I mean, like when it, like I was saying earlier, when I first started buying these solar panels, I was getting they're buying them used 250-watt solar panels. I was getting $35 a piece for them, and now they're like 65, 70 if you order them from Santan Solar. But the shipping cost is what eats you up on those things. I have 36 of those. That's actually hooked up right now and working. And I'm actually going to put 24 more. Like I was saying earlier, I'm going to put 12 on this side of the house and 12 on that side of the house. I'm putting everything on the roof of something because just animals and our grandkids, they like throwing rocks and stuff like that. So I'm going to get them up there where they can't bust one or the animals can't rub it and break it. So everything's going on the roof. Kind of sucks in the wintertime because you have to, get the snow off of it, of course, but it is what
But
it
we've
is.
got little bitty grandkids.
Yeah.
Too. I mean, some are older, some are younger. Then we have the batteries. They were $1,500 a piece.
The batteries, we have,
Are expensive.
the batteries are the biggest thing. $1,500 a pop. And we have 8 of those. I'm gonna get 4 more eventually. This is not something we bought all at one time. This is something we built up ever since we've had this place, over years at a time.
We started out with different batteries and then
Yeah.
upgraded.
Yeah, we started off with I built a battery box out of a Nissan Leaf electric car. The batteries out of that Leaf batteries. That's what we started with.
And we have pictures of them. We
Yeah.
can show how we did that too. And then the case was what, 500-600?
Yeah, and then the batteries I have 2. But they're all on videos. You can go back and check out some of the videos. But I have 2 of the EG4 cabinets that hold 6 batteries in each one. So I have 4 in each one. And so eventually I'm gonna put 2 more in each one. So that'll give us a total of 12 batteries. And
They were what,
the metal cabinets that you put those in. You don't have to have the metal cabinets. Just I wanted them. They were like $500-600 a piece now, but now they're like $399. So everything has come down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think the batteries in at $1,200 now. I think it's the exact same exact battery. And then the big inverter we have, that's a 12K inverter, which is big enough to run this house and another one too. The only thing we have 100% electric, other than that cook stove right back there, it's gas. But we are going to be replacing it.
Electric one,
It's going electric.
Yes.
We had different inverters hooked up in there at the time, so they weren't big enough to power electric stove. But now we got this big old monster hanging on the wall. Here's 170 pounds. It took three or four of us put on the wall, 3 of us. And
it was you, Jordan, and
Lawrence, I think.
Lawrence.
No, they held it up while I screwed it. No, it was heavy. But anyway, that thing will put out a lot of power, more than we need, more power than we need. It's just I wanted it because eventually I'm gonna have a shop down here and stuff like that. So that thing was, anyway, I get sidetracked too easy. That thing was $2,200, which wasn't bad because the other ones, I'll think of the name of them here in a minute. Big expensive ones, they're like 10 grand, you know, like upwards of 7, 8, 10 grand. And this is all my stuff that I ordered come off of Signature Solar. I was gonna say Santan, but that's where I bought solar.
We can run anything here that you run in a normal house. We do run everything here. The only thing we don't have here that we have at our other house is a washer and dryer. And we are going to get that, but we have to move everything from the solar stuff. We have to add on another room to do the solar, put the solar in.
Yeah.
Because right now we have that where our washer and dryer goes.
Yeah, yeah. If you know anything about I guess everybody does, about a mobile home, you walk in the back door, the washer and dryer right there. That's where our solar system's at. So, I'm talking about watching the video before we started the cabin. Yeah, actually, what happened was with the cabin was eventually we will build a house here. I mean, we will build a cabin here eventually. Where if you watch our videos of the chicken barn, that's where the cabin. That's where we started the cabin. Is right there where that chicken barn is. Now, I got started on the cabin. I got the floor, the structure for the floor framed up, and you know, work and stuff going slow and stuff like that. And I mean, actually getting laid off and stuff like that. We didn't have no money to build it, so took it
And
down.
I was out of work,
Yeah.
and then just over the time period, then COVID hit, then this and that and the other, and
Yeah, and then lumber prices. I mean, this was even way before COVID, but lumber prices jumped way up there. You know, a sheet of OSB board. I wouldn't put OSB on the floor for not anything, but just it went from like I think it was like $6 at Lowe's to like $40,
yeah, I was gonna
30
say
and
it's
$40
like
for one
35,
sheet of
40
OSB board.
now.
So I mean, that's why we stopped. The real honest true reason is because we couldn't afford the lumber. It was just way out of hand, way out of hand. So then we got to looking on Facebook Marketplace, and I ran across this mobile home that we're in. I discussed that a little bit ago, and we got a really good deal on it and had it delivered. So with the idea that we would someday either build onto this on this part of the property, we'll build onto it like a double wide type thing out of it, and put wood siding on it and make it look like a cabin. Because I'm gonna roof over the whole thing. I'm gonna build a whole nother roof system over it, and I'm gonna insulate it really good. And that's the plan with this. And then somewhere on another piece way in the back there, after we get a lot more dozer work done and stuff, and hopefully before we die, we'll build something way back in there.
We did have a trail where we rode the 4-wheeler and the side by side back there, but now there's like trees have fell and just different things have happened. So we have to get back there and clean it all up again. And
Yeah.
that if we built something back there, we gotta somehow put a road back there. Because if not, we're putting everything on the back of a truck or a trailer, and then when we get here, we have to put it back on the side by side or yet. So that was another issue.
This property is challenging. It ain't bad, don't get me wrong, but it is challenging, like to get the back parts of it back there. You can take a 4-wheeler back there. The side by side, I wouldn't take that too far.
No, because it goes straight up.
Yeah, there's certain parts of it just falls off. So
Yep.
I mean, you liable to get it pretty bad back
You'll
there.
either go straight up or straight down.
But I mean, there is ways that you can go. We're going to get a big. You have to have a big dozer up here if you want to get in here to like actually do some good with the big rippers on it and stuff, or you're just wasting your time. Eventually, we're going to cut something. There's a road. Well, I know you can't see it. That's kind of ignorant. Me to say that. But anyway, right up through here where the solar panel rack is, where I'm taking those down, putting them on the barn. There's like a little road that shoots up to there. That's the original road up in here. Well, I ain't gonna call it a road, it's original, but it goes up to the top. And just I had a great big old flat spot on the very top of the mountain up there. I had a great big flat spot flattened out, and that's where eventually now we're gonna get some of those great big old black water jugs. I don't know what it is, like 6,000 gallons, 3,000, 6,000 gallons, and we're gonna put those on the very top. And then we're going to gravity feed the water from there to here. But we're still going to keep the rain catch out here. And I'm going to get a solar pump. And once these get full, I'm going to turn that solar pump on. It's going to pump it up into the big tanks and then gravity feed down here. Right now, we have a shallow well pump in in the tanks or in line with the tanks, and we have a pump and a pressure tank and all that stuff, just like you would on a regular well. I have it wired and set up just like a well, but it's just coming out of the tanks instead of out there, basically. It's just coming out of the tanks instead of out there, basically. And it works. I mean, it's worked for years flawlessly for us. Actually, on the older videos, I think you said you watched some of the older videos. You seen how when I first started messing with those tanks. But now, I mean, my knowledge of it has well, it's improved a little. I was gonna say greatly improved, but no, I ain't that smart. But after, it's like water, the water catchment. You need a first flush. We've never had one. And I've never had a maintenance problem out of it, but I would recommend putting one in. Eventually, I probably will, but I mean, honestly, we've never had no problem out of sediment or anything. And it comes straight off the roof in our tanks, and then
Now we do have a whole water filtering system.
Yeah, we do have filters, inline filters. I mean, but nothing substantial, I guess. But we have a car. We have a. I'm going to eventually get the UV, but I will throw this out there though. You can drink this water. You can drink it. It's perfectly fine to drink, and it tastes just like bottled water by the store. But we do not drink it simply because it hasn't been chlorinated or anything like that. I mean, it's probably better for you. Don't get me wrong. It's just we don't drink it unless we absolutely have to.
But if something happened and we had to, we would. Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, I would run it through UV light, something like that, because
or boil it or
straight off the roof. Yeah, I'll drink it all day long. But when it sets in those tanks, for if you don't use it for a month, 2 months at a time, I'm not going to drink it because nothing's in the tanks. Because I do every now and again I shock them with chlorine. I do shock the water, but I just don't prefer not to drink it because I don't.
We buy jugs of water.
If you know anything about cattle, I don't want the scours. So just throwing that out there. But we do, like she said, we do buy water.
Bottled water or jugs of water.
But I mean, worst case scenario, we do take. I mean, this water is perfectly fine for showers, toilets, and the faucet over here. Whatever.
Washing dishes, just whatever.
I mean, it's perfectly fine for all that. And like I said, you can drink it
if you had to. If you just really had to.
Done turn our research before setting this up. Yeah, I did. That's something you can't never stop is doing research on stuff. If you want to go the lifestyle in which we choose here, like off grid and especially I don't. That's kind of weird to say, but we are preppers. You know what I mean? I think everybody's to a certain extent is. If you put like a week's worth of food in your cabinet, you're a prepper. So
we just go a little above that. I mean, we try to do the Mylar bags and the buckets and keep 2-week buckets on hand and keep wheat and flour and cornmeal.
How's the maintenance for the solar system? Honestly, it's set it and forget it. That's the way I wanted it. That's the way I designed it. I like not that I have to, but I like messing with it because I like experimenting. I would say like adding new stuff to it or taking away stuff.
And like we said, we started out with different batteries because prices and stuff like that. But then when we can afford it, we like to upgrade and make it better.
Yeah. Like just hook that charge inverter up to it like a battery charger. It's a big fancy 48-volt battery charger. Hook that up to it, and I mean, you got to have when you live on solar, you need to have some type of way to charge that with a generator. I could have hooked that generator into my inverter, but I don't want to do all that because you got to have a very large generator. And ours is only 6,500 watts, and it probably wouldn't have worked anyway.
Well, we had 2 generators because we just bought a small one too.
Yeah, that small one wouldn't power that at all. I mean, it'd run like 10 amps to it. That was it.
Yeah, we tried.
Maybe 50.
But it's good for like if we're up there building something or working on something or.
But the answer to the question, the maintenance for the solar system, you really don't have to touch it. You don't. if you get the right stuff, if you do enough research on it. A lot of people want to argue with this. I guess I don't care. I just know how ours works, and I'll tell them all day long. I don't touch it. I don't have to touch it. So we can set. I don't have to run out there to see what the batteries are charged at. We can set on the couch and see what percentage our batteries are at all times. Like right now, they're 100%. They're 100% charged right now.
And they're 790.
Yeah, you can't. I don't like the way that stuff and LEDs things are
blinking. It's still charging.
Yeah. Too. Yeah. Well, if it's like gray, like it's shut off, that means that the solar is the batteries are 100%, and the solar is powering the house. Like right now, it's still got 790. Like one more amp hour been truly 100%. But what it's doing right now, the reason it's blinking is because it's charging the batteries and running the house. So,
150 amps.
1,500 watts is what we're putting in right now. 1,500 watts out of 9,000 watts. I mean, that's not great, but it's better than nothing. But I mean, I guess to finish answering the question is, you hook those batteries up. It ain't like old school batteries. You know, you have to check the water in the old batteries and stuff all the time. You hook these batteries up, you turn them on, and just leave them. And they're good. Okay, say like these batteries are good for 7,000 cycles from 100% to 0. And we don't use no. I think on an average day we go from 100 to like 80. We get up next morning like still at 80% or 78%, and then that's average every day. You know what I mean? So we don't use hardly any of that battery. So you can imagine how many years they're going to be good for if we don't go all the way to 100 to 0. And I think they're rated 15 years. Just I think every day, if you use them every day from 100 to 0 at 15 years before they degrade or drop down to 80% capacity or whatever. But when it's really bad, like cloudy for a week or so at a time, or raining anything for like 3 or 4 days, we'll fire the generator up and top the batteries back off. I won't let them get below. I think the lowest they got was 40-some% the other day, and that's because I just kind of kept putting it off. But I normally won't let them drop below, say 60.
On gloomy and rainy days, sometimes they get a little low. Yes.
So there's no issue. Yeah. That's what I was saying on rainy days. Yeah. Sometimes, I mean, we still get some charge on the batteries, but the system that we have say like right now, this morning, if we got up and it was still raining and cloudy, I'll do that for like 5-6 days. You know what I mean?
With no sun.
Yeah, I mean, but you can't just come in here and start cutting stuff on either. You know what I mean? You can't run the AC or the electric heat, because that
would totally kill it.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't totally kill it, but it definitely cut it down a lot.
Yeah, but like gloomy days, we don't need the air. You know?
Yeah, and the cold, we hardly ever use a heater anyway. So like we get up in the morning, our fire's out and it's cold in here, we'll kick a heater on and it'll warm the house up in 15 minutes. 15-20 minutes, it's up to 80 degrees in here for that thing.
Oh yeah.
But then turn it right back off, and that don't even just that much power just for that length of time. It don't affect the batteries in any way. But like as far as the solar system, it's actually a really good one, but you can always improve. I want to get 4 more batteries, and then I want to get the panels off talking about. But I buy the panels used, and then I'll get 2 more of the charge controllers, the EG4 charge controllers, like this last one I just installed. I'll get 2 more of those because you can run 12 panels in each one. The way that I wire them, I get 12 in each one. I guess series all 12 of them together, and it comes out to like 450 volts. And then it can handle up to 500, so I ain't gonna push it too hard. So I'll get 2 more of those with those panels, and that'll be, if that don't work, yeah, I've got something way wrong on it somewhere. But as far as like learning solar and stuff like that, it's just I just started messing with it. I learned it on my own, really. Well, I mean, like everybody else, I watch YouTube videos. So, because like series and parallel, that was the hardest thing for me to figure out. Like, which one is which? And sometimes I still get them confused, but I know how it is in my head. If I get what's in my head out, like, and do it, then we're doing pretty good. Plan to hook up. Yes. Yes, 100%. The future house cabin. Yep. It'll be 100% off grid. Just like I was saying, from the gate on our start of our property, at the gate down there, up to the other end of our property, all the way around, there'll never be any type of line from those poles running into this property.
We'll add to the solar,
Yeah.
for the lot.
Well, I mean, for that house, it's going to be so far away, we'll have to do a whole nother solar system for it.
Yeah.
But
And then, like, if we do an Airbnb, we'll put a little bit of solar into it.
But it'll be like something simple. I mean, like maybe one or two panels and just one battery, just enough to charge the phone. Because the way I look at it, if anybody wants to come do like an Airbnb thing for like 1 or 2 nights, they're not coming here to watch TV. They just want to come sit in the woods. You know what I mean? So, why would you put like a TV and all that crap in there? So, I mean, that's just the way I look at it. I mean, I haven't really researched it that much, but.
And like the shop, we'll put more on it.
Yeah, the shop. Actually, my plan for the shop actually is I'm gonna run the power from here down to the shop, down Bum Hill to the shop, like maybe just like a 12-2 wire, 12-3, whatever, 12-2, and just for lights. That's it. I don't want it to run any type of tools or anything because I have that large generator out there. And my plan is I want it to where I can go in there and turn the lights on without running the generator because 90% of your stuff's gonna be turning wrenches anyway, And then, like I said, if I'm gonna run a lift or a weld or anything like that, I'll crank my generator
You
and
got
power
big
all that stuff.
generator and small generator to run all
Yeah,
that.
I'll use a generator for all that stuff. I mean, it don't bother me none because the big generator will run for 12, 14 hours on a tank of gas. And just, I want to shop because I want to get me an old car, an old truck, something like that
Okay.
to restore. Yeah, it didn't have a place to work on just ruining because I ain't got nowhere to put it right now other than on the porch. And the last time I put it on the porch, I broke my arm and it Dukes of Hazzard it from off the other side of the porch. So I ain't doing that again. So I need to put that in something. I want to build like a little small shed out here at the end of the house, just for stuff like that. Man,
And then we were talking about the little refrigerator thing
Yeah.
added to it.
this mobile home's a 2 bedroom, a bedroom on each end. This bedroom on this end over here is kind of our catch-all right now. So it's got well, not all my tools, but it's got mostly a lot of my tools in there, and then a lot of our our buckets, our food buckets and prepper stuff is all
Water and
water.
2-week buckets and our wheat,
Yeah.
rice.
But I mean, I'm not complaining because if the world is, we'll keep it PG. SHTF was to happen right now, we go there and lock the gate. We wouldn't have to leave off this mountain for about 2 years. We'll put it that way.
When we get the animals and stuff
Yeah.
too, so it'd be longer.
But on the rainy days with the solar system, uh, yeah, I mean, just like everybody else, it'll go down. If we watch what we run inside the house, I mean, we can watch TV every day, internet, TV, internet, water, like flushing toilets and stuff like that. Not the water heater now. We can't run that. I'll turn that off. Well, that's the thing about that water heater. That's another thing I want to bring up. You can turn that water heater on, let it heat up, and that thing will stay hot.
For 3 days.
Yeah, for 3 days, literally 3 days, and you can turn the power right back off on after it heats up. And say if we turn on Friday and on a Sunday like right now, you can go over and turn on.
Well, you come down Thursday. I come down.
Yeah, I got back home. I got back home Thursday. I turned it on, and
then I got here Saturday because I went to that.
But I ain't turned it on since Thursday.
Yeah.
And it's still hot right now.
Because I went to the graduation and then come down.
So I mean, I know that's hard to believe, but really it's. You can turn it on right now, see the steam come out of it. It's just like a, yeah,
freezer and refrigerator. And
but like normal stuff like lights, water, like the pump will sound all the time. It's like, just like I said, it's got a pressure tank and all that, just like a normal house. We got water, we got lights, we got TV, internet. What else do it runs in here all the time? Refrigerators, freezers, normal house stuff. And we probably get 5 days.
I will have to thank you for coming in.
Yeah, we'll probably, we've been on here an hour and 55 minutes now, so we're probably going to cut it off anyway. But yeah, we'll probably hang out another 5-10 minutes, then we'll probably cut out too. So, but yeah, I mean, just anything that we can help you with. Like I said, message me and I'll send you that guy's information. As far as property and stuff like that, he's really good about working with you and stuff and finding what you want. If he ain't got it, he'll help you find it.
Yes, he will.
And I'm not, like I said, I'm not good at advertising for people, but like Signature Solar and stuff like that. I mean, it's a company. I mean, you get what you pay for, I guess. Santan Solar, same way. They just sell you solar panels. The guy in Knoxville, he's actually a really good guy. He sells you solar panels, you know. And well, he does sell new ones too. Yeah. So I mean, it just kind of weigh out the good stuff with the bad. So, and as long as we've been doing this, we've been know how to shop around and deal with people, and I know what I'm looking for. And I get kind of verbal when they try to shaft me, I guess.
Well, I didn't pay attention to it until just a minute ago.
Right there. So,
yeah, that's what I was just looking at.
57 minutes.
Good to meet you.
Yeah, it was nice meeting you too, Sue. Like I said, if I can help any in the future, let me know.
Yeah.
And we did these live chats just from time to time, just to jump in, just see if it.
Sometimes we try to get on them when our internet ain't that great and it won't work and we shut it back off. But when we can, we try to do it for a little bit.
We try to do it at least once a week. You know, a lot of people do it 2 or 3 times a week, but I know people just not interested in coming on like that. So maybe once a week. We just got to figure out a good time for most people to come in.
That and with our work schedules.
Yeah. But I mean, this is Sunday. It's the first time we've done it on Sunday. We've had more people come in according to the counter thing right there.
Yeah.
We've had more people come in today than we do on Friday and Saturday. That's what I said, because all the big channels and stuff. So
yeah.
So we'll probably start doing it on Sundays.
Yeah.
After church and stuff. So right now looks like we have 3
people in there maybe.
And this thing right here obviously only tells you who's like active, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
who's participants in or who's typing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be nice if it showed you like a list of like names who's in here, stuff like that. That way you could like acknowledge the people, you know what I mean? So
or at least thank them for coming in.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing I hate about getting on people's live chat. Joe was talking about having live guests on his live stream. Yeah, that would actually be pretty neat. I've had a couple people contact us about wanting to, I don't know what you would say, like interview us for their channel and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean,
yeah.
Ashton's still here.
I will write and ask him to
Have us on our show. Yeah, absolutely, Susan. Thank you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I've got no problem with that. Like I said, we've had a couple people reach out, want to, I guess, interview us, I guess, for their channel, like the off-grid stuff. But I mean, honestly, I might be able to help a few people, but I mean, we live just basically like everybody else does, you know. I mean, we don't go dig a hole in the woods and crap in it and shower with a jug over our head or nothing like that. We live just like everybody else. You say off grid, people think you're like got a hut dug in the ground with sticks and weeds and stuff thrown on top of it. Never quite understood that, but not being genuine. Yeah, definitely. We've run into that quite a bit.
Yeah.
But as you can see, this is about as real as you can get. I mean, it's computer set up on our bar.
Yeah, right in our kitchen.
And you can see our batteries right there. And so, well, I mean, that's can't really say that neither. I mean, people can't really tell that your house runs off the sun. I mean, other than that in there, because there's some people do a pretty good job at hiding that stuff. I mean, they'll say they're off grid, but if you watch their videos, you'll see the power line stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's about as real as we can get. Honestly, it's I mean,
yeah, and if we have a little bit money coming in and we do an Airbnb, they can come up and tour it.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not above that.
We have no problem with that neither. And see actually what we do have, or
and if I don't know how to do something, I'll tell you. I don't. I just don't. I have no clue. There's a lot of stuff that I do here that I just learned on the fly. You know, just like her. She's never owned a chicken in her life till me and her got married.
nope.
So she had no idea what off grid even meant. So
Nope. And I cried the first time he killed the chickens and the rabbits and yep, I didn't like it. And I mated them and they were babies and then they got bigger and he thumped them in the head and put them in the freezer and
it was good too, though.
Yeah, they were. And now here I am doing it too. So.
That's what happens when you get married to a redneck. You're gonna kill something in your yard and you're gonna eat it.
Mm-hmm. And it's actually better for you than all this crap they have in the stores because they put so much stuff in it that it like you can take the cows that we raised and cook them up and they have absolutely no grease. Where you take the ones out of the store and they're like you got to drain all the grease. They got so much stuff in them that the stuff that you do at your own house or you do. Then you know what you're feeding them or what you're giving them. You know what's going into it, not what they're injecting in it. Is I guess what I want to say.
The drugs.
Yeah.
But basically. Chemicals and shit.
Yeah.
But we had I will tell you this much: if you raise your own beef, anybody that has done it knows what I'm talking about. But like a dairy cow tastes totally different than a beef cow. Scratching real food, yeah. Yeah, if you go back and look at some of our videos, you'll see that she grinds her wheat and corn for cornbread. So
right now we buy a bunch of meat from the store, but once we get our for you and a lot healthier and you actually know what you're eating instead of
we had that. Was it a Jersey?
Yeah,
was a Jersey bull.
Yeah, we had 2 of them.
Yeah, local farmers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We had a Jersey. I raised it. We had 2. Well, we got rid of the one. We had a steer and a bull. The bull was intact, and yeah, he was crazy.
But I made him a pet too, so yeah. I let the grandkids go out.
We bought them when they was days old, but had to bottle feed them.
2 days old.
And then they got thinking they was dogs, and then they'd run up on you and flop over once you pet their belly and everything else. And then the kids got where they played with them and rode them like a horse around the yard.
I let the grandkids ride them and play with them, and and they'd chase the grandbabies.
Then we got rid of the steer and kept the bull because our intention was to find a couple of little female cows and put them in the pasture. But that didn't work, and that bull got crazy as hell. And
ramming the cars and people's.
You could smell it cooking, burning his hair off like he was burning it with a lighter. You could smell it.
The one cow for 3 sheep.
Yeah.
And one of the sheeps was pregnant, so we ended up with like 3 and a baby.
Yeah.
So
we had the bull, and then it got so crazy that he went to the
butcher.
He went to the freezer faster than he originally planned. But he still dressed out 600-700 pounds, something like that.
And
So
we still have meat.
we
in
kept the
freezer.
back straps out of it, and the rest of it went straight into hamburger meat. We had a freezer, slap full of hamburger meat, but they put it in like 1 pound little packs.
And we still have some of that, and that's been 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, still have some of that, but it just tastes weird. To me, if you're used to eating store-bought or like Hardee's, McDonald's, something like that, hamburgers, a dairy cow meat has no fat in it, and you can't even get it to clump together like to make a patty out of it. If you patty it up, it has no fat in it, and you can't even get it to clump together like to make a patty out of it. If you patty it up and make it fry, it'll just fall apart. It won't stay together because you have to basically put some kind of grease or fat in it to get it to stay together. Same as deer meat. You can make a hamburger out of deer meat and it'll fall apart. You have to put some type of fat in it, and it's got it don't taste bad. Don't get me wrong. It just tastes different. Yeah. The reason it tastes different is because it don't got all that crap in it.
Mhm.
But anyway, guys, I guess we're going to call it. If we can't get back on through the week, we'll get back on next weekend because that's our free time from work and stuff. So maybe what it is where we built a new chicken water thing because the pool broke, like I was saying earlier. But
we'll try to put something up telling when we're.
even notified. She didn't even hit the notice.
Yeah, I kept saying, well, it don't tell me when.
That's because you didn't hit the bell.
Well, I told him, I said, it don't send me a thing stating that we're doing a live video, which
Now it does.
we're both here when we do it, but still, if it's not sending me one, it's probably not sending no one else
Well,
one.
a lot of people don't hit the bell. You have to
Well,
ring the bell or hit the bell, whatever the fancy term, YouTube term is for all that.
But yeah, we need to try to get some more people on and try to get some more subscribers and some more watch hours, and to try to hit what we need to do. So
Ashton says he's still here
mhm.
a few minutes ago. All right. But anyway, guys, thanks for coming in.
We hope to see y'all on the next video.
Yeah, all right. See ya.